Hi guys, Skeptic Media, and guess what my topic of discussion today is going to be? Yes, you guessed it, Bob and his giant peach. I mean, Globebusters and their failed weather balloon. Right guys, I called this in my last vlog. I knew it. I knew there was going to be something happening. They couldn't just have a straightforward weather balloon. They were already making it complicated before even the launch, by launching at night time, by pointing the camera up the way. They were already trying to sabotage it already. And did you see the way the guy let go of the balloon? He had it rubbing it, the way they were holding it. I think they tore it. I think they probably put a wee tear in it. And when you seen on the wee radio transmitter, the signal, and it looked like it crashed at the side of the road. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like the balloon travelled so far. At one point, the balloon reached 42 miles an hour. So I think it landed on the road, got taken down the motorway a wee bit by a car, and ended up on the verge. And now they're pretending they can't find it. I was going through some videos on YouTube, and God, there's kids in Pakistan that launch these weather balloons successfully with a budget of about a fiver. There's schools that launch balloons. This radio transmitter that he had fixed to that balloon. If you look on the video that he made, trying to make excuses about why the balloon was lost, when he shows you the radio transmitter, look at the GPS. It says 18,000 meters. The height, I think that's 60,000 feet. Anyway, it was going to be tracked until the balloon burst. So, but typical Globebusters. This happened about a year ago, by the way, guys. About a year ago, they raised money from their subs to do a balloon launch. I think it was Jeranism that time. And we just never heard anything back from it. I remember asking Jeranism on Facebook about what happened to that launch. I was pestering him a wee bit. He didn't answer. And I started getting suspicious of that lot after that. I just thought they're just raising money. And then I seen the Bitcoin stuff. There was too many signals. So I knew this balloon launch was going to be a failure. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And Bob, with his excuses, he's seen a light floating underneath it. What, is he trying to give us a UFO story now? During the live launch, you heard Bob saying, "Oh, there's a light. But that was like a good hour before. They were still talking about it travelling after that for about another hour. They were still tracking it. So whatever that light was, it didn't do anything to the balloon at that moment in time when they saw it. I think they mishandled the balloon when they were inflating it. I think it got so far up, whatever tore it, the tear probably expanded as the helium expanded, as the balloon expanded, and it probably just started to come crashing down. It was probably just a slow descent downhill until all the helium ran out. So that's your Globebusters balloon. That's terrible, guys. If yous guys believe this shit anymore, I just feel sorry for yous. I really do. It's funny listening to Jaren. It really sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks when you look on YouTube and you can see Pakistani and third world countries launching balloons and retrieving them with success.
Secondary School in Mount Forest, Ontario, and we are here to launch our high-altitude space balloon. We're here to launch an approximate 2-pound payload using a helium-filled latex weather balloon. The weather balloon is going to grow to a diameter of 21 feet and ascend to an altitude of 90,000 feet. At that altitude, it will burst, and our payload will descend to the ground via parachute. And we're going to be tracking it live. We have a ground-based system. The kids are going to be with us throughout the entire journey, tracking the balloon on their personal devices.
And since I started making these vlogs, guys, the messages I've been getting have been unreal. The amount of people I've been getting asked to go to hangouts with. I've had Jeff Stewart sending me messages. Jeff Stewart. And you should have seen this message. Actually, I'll read some of the message out to you guys, since I'm good that way. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Jeff Stewart. I respectfully ask you that you read this in its entirety. I send it to you privately, as to not seem in opposition to you on your channel in comments. Well, Jeff, you are welcome to post it, opposition or not. Why would you say that no one sees me? That's a ridiculous statement at the very best. So what if we don't turn our cameras on during hangouts? We like our little comfort. Jeff, I never said anything about you and cameras on hangouts. So I don't know what you're talking about. When I said no one sees you, I mean you're not in the scene anymore. No one talks about you anymore. If you're so against the potatoes, why do they not mention your name at all? That's what I mean when I say you're invisible. Anyway, what else is he saying here? That's a ridiculous statement at the very best. So what if we don't? I know it's hard for people with no kids or jobs to understand this, but dude, when we are just sitting around talking late at night, we might have our kids running around. We might just be in our night clothes, etc., etc. Your historical knowledge of the history. My historical knowledge of the history. You could have just left it to historical knowledge of flat earth instead of historical knowledge of the history of the flat earth and the people in it, vastly overrated by you and obviously a lot of your friends / viewers. Jeff. For instance, one of your very first videos was you sitting there in your pristine, clean studio with black tape on your teeth making fun of Martin Leakey. It was childish, and I don't like people who make fun of the way people look or people that make fun of the handicapped, etc. Well, Jeff, if you were implying that Martin's handicapped, because I wasn't making fun of handicapped people. I was actually making fun of Martin because Martin, I made a parody video about Nathan Oakley and I said daft Welshman, and Martin took total offence to it, and it was only a joke, it was only a parody, it was only a 2-minute video. Martin took offence to it and made 2 videos mentioning me and threatening. He was actually putting in threats. You could ask, and I removed that video out of respect for Martin. So upload it if you want. Listen to the rest of this, guys, what Jeff says. It was child, make fun of the handicapped, etc. And you fit that model, then maybe not now. Although I backed that video up, I have never reposted it because you have since apologised to Martin for doing that. But is that how you wanted to be remembered? I think not. So Jeff is threatening me with re-uploading that video that I made of Martin. And do you know what, Jeff? Re-upload it. Re-upload it. Because I've deleted it. I got rid of it. Out of respect for Martin. Martin made threats. He actually made threats that were disturbing to a lot of viewers. A lot of people hadn't heard this crap coming out of Martin's mouth before. That he had blood brothers up here and I'm being silly because I've got a family and what am I thinking about? I've got kids. Like it was like a threat. And you can ask the people that commented on that video. JLB commented on it. So if you want to re-upload that video, Jeff Stewart, re-upload it. Good. Because I would have, because that respect that I had for Martin, I've lost it anyway. So if you want to upload it, I'll go ahead. Go ahead. On you go. On you go, pal. Right, here we go. The truth is, you use a fake name, and no one that I know really knows who you are. I am sure you will say that this should not matter, but as you already said in your last video, you don't think people see me, and that should matter, in your words. But I show myself all the freaking time in my videos, and my hangouts are not my videos, and my hangouts only account for less than 20% of my content. The truth is, I was being set up and trashed by these same people you dislike for over a year before you even came on the scene. I fought back and was trashed even more. Furthermore, I had to get trashed even more by noobs like you who just got here 5 minutes ago because, again, you don't have a historical knowledge of the Flat Earth movement on YouTube, if such exists anymore. The people who were involved, some gone, some still here. Well, Jeff, I have got quite a bit of knowledge of the history of Flat Earth within YouTube. I've been here for quite a while, actually. I've been studying it. Maybe I've just been speaking about it recently and speaking against the New Age weirdos in Flat Earth recently. But I've been looking into Flat Earth for well over a year. There's a channel that I follow, and I'm good friends with the channel owner. And it's Deep Thoughts. And a few of my subscribers are subscribed to Mark at Deep Thoughts. And you can ask Mark at Deep Thoughts. I posted on his Facebook page about Flat Earth well over a year ago. Well over a year ago. I need to go back. I think it was last January or last February. I posted about Flat Earth and opened his eyes to it. And at first, he had the same reaction I had. I thought it was ridiculous. And then he started looking into it. So Jeff, I've got quite a vast knowledge of this Flat Earth, and I got really deeply into it. I was almost a Flat Earther until I started questioning and trying to discover the faults that I could see in Flat Earth, and there was no answers. There's no answers for it. There's no answers for the lunar eclipse. There's no answers for the rotation of stars in different hemispheres, and there's no map, there's no model, there's nothing. I've got nothing. So Jeff, I'm not going to read the rest of this because it's just this sort of passive-aggressive shit. And before you were saying I was posting emails to people. You already spread lies about me earlier in the Flat Earth, and you still not apologised, Jeff. So, I won't. You say here in this this message that you don't have to like me. No, I don't have to like you, and I don't like you because you went around spreading rumours about me that weren't true, and you still not apologised for it. So, you've got no respect for me, and within Flat Earth, you're nobody. You're nobody to me. You're not even worth even debating against. The Flat Earth in general isn't worth debating anymore. It isn't. We've debated everything we needed to debate. So, Bob, balloon launch was a failure. Jeff Stewart with his strange messages, and I've had quite a few messages actually. I'm getting lots of messages. I'm getting lots of heat, and sorry I can't answer everybody's private messages. I don't usually look at these private messages on YouTube. I didn't even know I had them. But there's too many, and there's quite a few threats as well. It's strange, and I don't care. I don't care about threats. I'm not scared of anyone. So you can threaten me all you want in the comments. And there's this other guy I've seen. What's his name? Beyond the Curve or something. It's another Scottish guy. But I only seen him because he had my name in his title. Well, it was like, he never had my name. It was Skeptic. He didn't really want to say my name. But he was having a good sort of go. I know it was kind of at me. And I understand where he's coming from. But what I don't understand is that he can attack me before he attacks any of the Potato Squad. Like, fair enough, maybe he doesn't like the way I go about stuff, and maybe because he holds Flat Earth dear to his heart, he feels I'm taking it down and causing disruption within Flat Earth, and I understand why you could be annoyed by that, Mr. Beyond the Curve. But what I don't understand is why he would remark on me before these people, like Antonio, Patricia, Nathan. And just, he keeps repeating the same words: logical fallacies, natural science, observational experiments. And understand this, understand that to understand the world around you, you have to see it and measure it. You have to be able to hold, that's what physics is all about. It's about reality and being able to touch and measure and see it. But not everything is within our capacity to measure and see and perform experiments on. Just look up at the sky, look at the stars. There's just some things you just can't measure. It's impossible. So you need to leave a little room for obviously hypothetical stuff, but it doesn't mean it's true. We can all have theoretical physics all day long, but it doesn't mean it's true. Any of it. It's just them guessing. But this guy got right wound up. This Beyond the Curve guy, sitting in a shed or something. It looks like his garden shed he sits in. And it's a shame. It's a shame because I didn't want the smaller people of Flat Earth to be offended by me. I'm actually hoping that they think I'm on their side and I'm just saying what they're thinking. A lot of people didn't like speaking up. I seen Barbie McGill the other night. She's a lovely lassie, and I seen her on that hangout with Pepper Platt, Mark Sargent, and you can see she was getting really upset, and she doesn't like making videos against other channels because she's scared. She's scared about the backlash and stuff like that. It's why should you be scared to offer your opinion? So I feel that a lot of people are hesitant to bring out videos to make an opinion, and when I bring a video out, I hope people can relate to it and feel that someone's speaking up for them. So Beyond the Curve, to a fellow Scotsman, I'm not out to offend you, mate. And I know the Flat Earth you hold dear to your heart. And it's not really the Flat Earth that I'm too fussy about. It's these weirdos. And you can say it's no occult. You can say it's no Satanist or anything like that, and just keep talking about the logical fallacies and experiments, and let's get to we've heard it, mate. We've heard it. It's not gonna change anything. I didn't really know what's going to really come out of all this. It's a strange one. It's a very strange one indeed. I can't leave yous without mentioning Dan Pratt. A lot of people have been kicking up a storm about Dan Pratt. Either a lot of people object to what he was doing, and a lot of people support him, because Dan Pratt's got a good following, he's got a good loyal set of supporters. And I was looking at both sides of the argument, people arguing once. I'm not a Dan Pratt fan. I said earlier in one of my earlier vlogs that I think he's an actor. I seen him on the Potato show, and he had a suit on. He called it his terrorist suit, and then he took it off, and he was in a vest, and he was like a big schoolboy. And I've seen him crying in his earlier videos as well. He was crying, and he knows how to emotionally tug his audience. He's good at that, Dan Pratt. He's a good actor. And to this video that Nathan and Antonio brought out, and Patricia, fair enough, everyone's got an opinion, but to gang up on people It just makes you look bad. And they did have some good points, but it's the way they were saying it. Like Antonio was constant swearing, was constant effing, and Nathan was smarmy, and all this is because they're jealous that Dan Pratt had the brass neck to do it first, whilst Nathan, Pat, and Antonio are sitting around trying to plot their next move, how to make a few buck, because they've ramped up the adverts on their videos. You seen Nathan's last video where I'm sitting with his kid with an iPad? Well, there must be 4 or 5 adverts in that 15-minute video. It's ridiculous. So, they're sitting around thinking, we're going to get more, we're not going to get any more advertisement money for our videos. What are we going to do? And by the time they know it, Dan Pratt is on YouTube asking his subscribers for cash. You didn't have to give him it. It's a yes or a no. That's what I got taught in life. Sometimes you have to ask or you'll not get. If you didn't ask, you didn't get. And Dan Pratt, fair due, mate. You asked and you got. And that's the reason Nathan and Antonio are so pissed off. Because Dan had the balls to go out and ask. While they're trying to scheme and plot and Dan just asks. So kudos to Dan. Whether it's genuine, I didn't feel that. Like, I stay in Scotland, it's wet, it's raining, the weather's horrible. I've got kids, I've got a wife, I stay in a flat. We could all ask for money, but I've got a wee bit more integrity than that. Some people haven't. I'd rather tighten my belt than put my hand out. But fair dues to Dan, he had the balls to ask for cash. He got the cash, and Nathan and Tony are fuming. They are fuming now. So, that's my opinion about it. That's it.